WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often trying rare and exotic whiskeys. I'm not really sure how rare the Doc Swinson's Triple Cask straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry and cognac casks really is. I found a lot of videos about it online. Over here in Germany, it's not available, so we have to actually buy it in the States and bring it over. All right, so what we have here is MGP juice. All right, so we have this. I can't. It's not a distillery in my opinion. All right, so the distillery is MGP. So we have here our parent company, Distillers Way LLC in Ferndale, Washington. They get the casks. I don't know if the casks actually are matured in Washington or actually Indiana and only married and blended over there. But they did do a great job of their website and putting up a PDF that actually describes the alter ego triple cask from Doc Swinson's. I did not find any information. Maybe I'm blind. Why Doc? Why Swinson? Who is Mr. Swinson? That would be something I would really like to know about. All right, so we have Jess, we have Steve, we have Chris, we have Keith, but I don't have any other information there. All right, so what do? They take two mash bills of MGP. We have the 80 corn, 75 corn. We have the 36 rye with the 21% rye and the 4% malted barley in both of them. All right, so we take those two and then we put them together in a blending tank. Bam. So they're basically 4 to 5 year old whiskeys. All right. So it says here they are, nope. All right, so they say they're about 4-year-old whiskeys. Then from the blending tank, they put some of it into ex oloroso sherry butts, 500 liters. Now you can actually have the butts taken back down, but then they're not actually called a butt. They put that in Pedro Jimenez, which is that very nice, sweet, raisiny PX, and they put it in ex cognac puncheons. Now, on their website, they say both. They say puncheons and they say /hogshead /barrels. Now, barrel can be anything. So, all right, so about a hogshead is about 250 liters and a puncheon is about the same as well. They let it finish in these sherry butts, 2 different types, and the cognac puncheon for about 11 months to 1 year. All right, so very interesting is the ex-cognac, 11 months to 1 year. PX, 11 months to 1 year. Oloroso, 11 months to 2 years. I don't know what was going on in there. So after they put it in the 3 different casks, they put it back together into a blending tank. They call it a Foeder, F-O-E-D-E-R. And it has 2,500 to 3,000 liters in there. And they put it back into a steel proofing tank, blending tank, where they can actually put the water in there, bring it down to 47.9%, and they bottle and give it to us. Now, I am not of the opinion that most of my bourbons need to have a finish, but I do know that finishings of bourbon is the in thing to do. And so I'm going to compare it to blackened. So hopefully you see the nice bottle there. And they use black brandy barrels as finishing barrels here. So I have no idea at the moment how long that finishing process is. Here we have about a year, and we have here batch 115 with 45%. So 45 versus 47.9. This is a little bit hotter. All right, good. The colors, definitely darker, a little bit lighter. I think Blanton's sourced from MGP as well. Fact check me on that one, please. All right, so this is a wine bottle like Baker's used to be. Yes, you can do that. They're in Washington State. Why not? Do we really need to have a bourbon finished in 2 different types of sherry and cognac and then married back together? And I'm not sure. I like my whiskeys without the finishing, my bourbons without the finishings. But as soon as I try a good one, it's like, oh, that's great. All right, so Good. And the second thing is United Pursuit are doing some fabulous things with their blending and contract distilling. They're doing some great things according to the other videos out there I've read or heard or listened to or watched. I actually watch videos sometimes. I usually listen to and work on my. I have my one video up here, I have my screen down here, and I work, and then I can just listen to it like in a podcast usually. But sometimes I actually stop and watch and hear and pay more attention than otherwise. So this Doc Swinson, why Doc? Why Swinson? And also the fact that they belong here to our Distillers Way in Washington and not actually have any plans to produce themselves is one of those things where it's a little iffy in my books. I want distilleries to produce and to sell me their whiskey, and I want blenders to be 300% transparent about their blending. They're 200%. So I can't complain there. All right, cheers. On the nose, we have the berry. I get blackberries. Here I get a little bit of more of a softer type of moment here. Here I have a little bit of cherries, a little bit of blackberries, a little bit of black currants. All right, cheers. Mm-hmm. This is, in my opinion, exceptionally hot for 47.9%. Had you told me it's 55 or 58, I would have went, yes, burns. But there's a beautiful flavor going around in there. You do get a nice bourbon moment. You get the caramel, you get the pecan, you get a little bit of that, the wood, a little bit of tobacco leaves, nice. And on top of that, you get a interesting, which I cannot pinpoint exactly, a fruitiness. A cherry, a blackberry, a black currant going on in there. And actually very nice. This is going to be a C plus B minus whiskey. Now over here I had to pay basically 75 euros for this bottle, which I think is a little bit too much. So it's going to be a C minus for that. The real question is, what do I pay for this bottle here in the US? So that would be something I want to know here. The Doc Swinson's Alter Ego Bourbon. So what do we have here? Triple Cask. I don't want that. It's 57. All right, used to be $75. Now I'm at 75 euros. Now it's dropped down to price at the shop of Docs here. It is now $57. Interesting. And it says here the bourbon, where was it here? Inspired by Scottish and Irish whiskey blending techniques, Doc Swinson's blended two different bourbon whiskeys, one with a high rye mash bill, the other with a higher corn. They're both fairly high rye, to be honest. This combination was then finished in three different distinctly different casks from Europe. We have their bourbon finish in Cognac, Oloroso, and the Pedro Jimenez sherry from 3 months to over 16 months here. Oh, interesting. Oh. And what do we have there? Good. Okay. Oh, they actually put down the numbers here. American White Oak, 200 liters. The Cognac Limousine Cask. Oh, that limousine wood. Very, very good. 225 up to 600 liters. Interesting. The Pedro Jimenez, which would be French oak and American oak, both. Very, very good. 225 up to 500. So there would be hogsheads as well as then the butts. We have the Oloroso French oak, American oak. Same thing, 225 up to 500. And that big marriaging vat is what I'm going to call it, is 2,500 to 3,000 liters. Interesting. All right, very good. So I got some additional information there that I did not have anyplace else. Not even the PDF they put there. I'm now at the shop site. All right, a little bit of water. It does change it a little bit. It does make it a little bit better in my opinion. So my question of the day is, what is your favorite finished whiskey? I'm sorry, what is your favorite finished bourbon? Mm. Add a little bit of water, bring it from the 47.9% down to 43, 44%. You get a nice harmony, you get a nice, it does water it down, but it is watery anyways, a little bit in my opinion. It's somewhere, I should say, non-chilled filtered, I thought I heard someone say. Can't find it at the moment. This is, by the way, batch 21-004. I have bottle 2965. And they actually have a DSP number here. WA21083 is the alter ego Doc Swinson's number here. Bottled in small batches. So let's go over to the blackened. Would I go out and buy this again? No. Am I happy I bought it once? Yes. It's very interesting. What was the Magnus, that Triple Cask cigar blend? That would be a good comparison to that. That's also a $100 bottle, so why not? Much softer, better mouthfeel, more of a sweetness going on here. I actually like the blackened better. 85 euros in Germany, 75 euros if you can find it. Those are the prices we're dealing with at the moment. Like I said, a bourbon without a finish is what I would gravitate towards if I get one in my glass and I'll try it. Usually I'm pleasantly surprised, so why not? So, what is your favorite finished bourbon? Is it Angel's Envy and Port? Is it here are blackened in black brandy barrels? Is it our Legend in red wine and sherry casks, partially? What is your favorite finished bourbon? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others. See you soon. Bye-bye.